A wet dream does not mean that you relapse. See, a lot of you guys may be thinking that it does mean that you relapse because of the effect that you feel after you wake up out of that dream. See, let me tell you something about wet dreams. When you're having a wet dream, you're having that wet dream out of your control. It happened out of your control, a wet dream. You're asleep. And a lot of times you be in a deep sleep when you have a wet dream. So, when you orgasm and you get up and your boxers are wet, you be like, man, dang, I just relapsed. You be thinking that, but you didn't really relapse because it was out of your control, guys. And if you feel down and out or feel unmotivated, scramble you some eggs, boil you some eggs, or eat some eggs raw, so you can put that protein back inside of your body. Or you can use something called Super Jing. You can get it on Amazon. That's what I have. I take that every single day. It restores your energy. It keeps your energy up. And plus I'm on semen retention. So it gives me an extra boost. And it's good for your immune system and everything else. Mental energy and physical energy. But guys, when you have a wet dream, don't sweat it. That does not mean that your streak is over. It doesn't mean that. And I don't want you counting your days when I say mean by your streak. Just keep retaining, guys. You got to overlook that. See, a wet dream is just a test. Just to see if you're going to just quit. Oh, man, I done had a wet dream. So a wet dream is like the test you just to see if you're going to continue to relapse. If you're going to continue to man, forget this, man. I had a wet dream, man. This semen retention, I done felt already. Guys, don't lose motivation. Keep going. Keep retaining. Don't let that discourage you. Because I had a wet dream a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? And when I had that wet dream, I did feel a little unmotivated. I felt a little down. But I took Super Jing. It's a herb on Amazon. Yeah, it costs like $40 or $50 some, but it is worth it. Keeps your energy up. Or like I said, and I scrambled me some eggs as well. And now I'm gonna continue to keep retaining. I'm still retaining. But guys, don't let a wet dream discourage you, man. Do not let a wet dream discourage you. A lot of us gonna have a wet dream on this journey. That Jezebel spirit, she's gonna come in to your world, man. She's gonna try to, take that sperm from you. Because your sperm is so precious. That's why you had that wet dream, bro. It's a test. Sperm is very important. That's why that Jezebel spirit, try to take it from you in your wet dream. But a wet dream does not mean that you relapse, guys. A lot of you guys, you'll have a wet dream and then you'll continue to just relapse. You'll go back to watching videos. You'll go back to, having casual, consistent sex, casual sex. Guys, don't go back into your old ways, man. You got to keep retaining. You got to stay strong. But this is going to happen, bro. I woke up, my boxers was wet, man. I felt defeated when I had that wet dream a couple of days ago. But I knew for a fact, this is just a test. I've been on semen retention for a while. For over a year. I've been on it on and off. So I already know what comes along with this, with this wet dream thing. So I scrambled me some eggs, took Super Jing, still retaining, man. I still got a lot of semen left. See, a lot of you guys think that when you have a wet dream, bro, all your semen is just gone out of your body. No, you still have a lot left. You still have a lot left. So do not keep releasing. Once you had that wet dream, do not go back in your old ways. See, that's what the wet dream is going to test you to see. Do you still have that mental strength? Can you pass this test of this wet dream? Because you're going to have them. You're going to have them, man. Every now and then. It's going to be a test, man. Maybe once a month or twice every 2 months or whatever, but you're gonna have them. But eventually they might go away as you keep retaining, because your body's getting immune to semen retention, and you know your mind is getting immune to retaining, and you're not gonna be thinking about women like that. You know, guys. But a wet dream does not mean that you relapse. And I don't want you guys seeing how a lot of you guys had these wet dreams. You end up thinking about a woman before you go to sleep. Right before you go to sleep, you end up thinking about a woman, thinking about having sex with that woman, you know, and then, you know, you horny already, and then you end up dreaming about that woman, and then you end up having a wet dream. Or sometimes you just end up having a wet dream without even thinking about a woman. You know, it just happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But guys, you have to keep retaining. It does not mean that you relapse. You know, a lot of guys, they lose hope, man, when they had that wet dream. But it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. You know, I want you guys to keep retaining your sexual energy. It's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful, man. Powerful thing. You know, it's going to better you. You should have less and less wet dreams as you keep retaining. You know, you might have a wet dream probably like maybe once in that first month or second month or whatever. But eventually, like, you're going to have less wet dreams. The more you keep retaining, bro. Keep retaining. You know, the lust is going to really eventually leave your mindset. All that lust. You know, because you're going to be thinking about other stuff. You're going to be thinking about your purpose. You're going to be thinking about what you want to do in life. You're going to be thinking about success, money, doing things that's benefiting you, the gym. Or you're not going to have no dreams at all. You're going to just sleep in peace. But that Jezebel spirit, that succubus spirit, man, will come in your dream, man. She will come in your dream. But just because she came in your dream and your box was wet after, you know, that sexual mental experience happened, that does not mean that you relapse, guys. You know, you got to keep going, man. You got to stay strong, man. You got to stay strong on this semen retention journey, man. Bro, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it is crazy, man. You know, of how you have all this power. All this power from within. This is very, very beneficial. Don't let nobody tell you different about semen retention. It's going to help you, man. You're going to grow on the semen retention journey. But guys, man, just because you have a wet dream, bro, don't let the wet dream cause you to continue to orgasm. You know, slip back in your old ways, because it's going to test you. You know, after that wet dream, you're going to be like, oh, man, golly, I just almost had a money in, or I just had a money in on this semen retention journey, and my box is wet, man. You're going to be feeling a little discouraged, but, bro, like I just said, man, you know, eat you some eggs. Take Super Gene if you want to purchase it, and continue to keep retaining. You still have a lot of semen left, bro. Just because you have a wet dream, that does not mean that all your semen has just left your body. It might feel like that once you wake up, because you might have some side effects of, you know what I'm saying, low energy or whatever. But to build it back up, like I said, scramble you some eggs, bro, or get Super Gene. You know, and keep retaining it. You still got a lot of semen in your body, man. But you're going to be tested a lot on the semen retention journey. It's not for the weak, but it is for the strong. You know, I'm just here to give you guys some tips, man, what you're going to experience on this journey. You know, because I have went on semen retention before, way back, man, for 4 months straight. So I know all the troubles, all the tests that's going to happen on the semen retention journey. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, you got to keep retaining, bro. You know, the succubus spirit is going to try to take it out of you, but she ain't going to take it all out of you. Man, you got to have a strong mindset on the semen retention journey. Most men, they can't do semen retention. Most men can't do it. They can't even do a whole week of semen retention. They can't do it. Can't control themselves. Lacking self-control. That's a sign of weakness in a man. A lack of self-control. Can't control himself. A man that can't control himself is weak.